Hello there my dudes, Meznah here, and today I'm bringing you the flawless guide for Deep Stone Crypt. First things first, this guide is intended for players who are already familiar with the raid, so I won't be going over the mechanics of the encounter. Instead, I will be focusing on loadouts and mistakes you should avoid. As you can see, I've cut the spare apart since it's very straightforward, and as long as you take your time, you shouldn't have any trouble. For the first encounter, my biggest tip is know your role and your callouts. The biggest mistake you can do is not taking the time to make sure that everyone is on the same page in terms of callouts. The loadout I was running was Bubble with Xenophage for damage and Marty's Retribution for ad clear and Worm Mine generation. Besides that, I was running Protective Light, giving me the extra survivability in case something bad happens. For Warlocks, I would recommend Well of Radiance with Phoenix Protocol, and for Hunters, Wormhusk Crown with Tether for ad control. Having said that, the encounter is very straightforward. Try to go for a one phase because going for more than one phase can risk some wipes when changing operator and scanner buffs. For the second encounter, I pretty much keep the same loadout, except I change Bubble for top 3 hammers to have Hammer Strike debuff, and I switch my Xenophage for the Lament since it's one of the best options, if not the best options for damaging the boss on this encounter. Besides that, we just split into groups of 3 and we took our time with the damage. We made sure that nobody was rushing into the damage phase in order to do maximum DPS, and also we were making sure to always send scanner back even if we thought that we were gonna make it into a one phase or we were about to go into final stand. If you follow these instructions and do damage carefully, you should be able to go into final stand without having to use more than 2 hatches to get rid of the buff that the replicas leave on the floor. We have arrived to the most difficult encounter, the jumping puzzle. There's not much to be said here, just follow the route that I'm using, which I consider to be one of the safest. And besides that, just take your time. If you're a hunter, it goes without saying, use stompies. If you are a warlock, use top 3 Dawnblade and consume your grenade to make sure that you're covering those more difficult jumps with the help of hit rises. And if you're a Titan, just make sure that you're using Lion Ramparts with Catapult Jump and a sword to have the best possible recovery for when you are about to fall off. And that's it pretty much. Just be careful. Just make sure that you wait for your team when you get up top so that you don't get targeted by all the ads at the same time. Clear the room slowly to avoid any unnecessary deaths. And then, yep, take your time going to the next encounter. The third encounter can be considered one of the easier encounters. You know what to do, split into 3 teams of 2, make sure that the roles are clear and everybody knows what to do in case that someone gets deactivated, who picks up the buff in case that you get deactivated, and everybody should be running some kind of ad clearing. In this case, I was running Wither Horde and a 7 Seraph SMG with a sword to take care of the overloads. Bubble is best, I believe, with Dune Marchers for best ad clear. Again, Warlocks should be running Phoenix Protocol with Welloranians to generate orbs and to keep everybody safe. Make sure that if you are a Titan, do not pop bubbles where you are interrupting the line of sight of the boss, for example atop of the stairs, because that might cause unnecessary wipes. When you are getting up to 5 radiation, I believe that is the best time to switch your core with your partner to avoid getting too high and having to wipe on a silly mistake like that. Once the escape hatch is open, make sure that all the members of your fire team go down. Take your time running down. The boss will not catch up to you, and as far as I know, the ads will not be able to kill you. One thing that you might want to keep in mind once you get into the white room at the end, make sure that everybody is spreading apart, because standing too close to a member of your fire team might cause you to bump into him when the space station is landing and cause you to die. So make sure that you spread apart and you don't stay too close to each other. For the final boss, you can use any means that you want to do damage. I've been finding most success by running Anarchy with 2 slug shotguns, but any loadout that you prefer is okay. Double sniper works, a slug shotgun and cloud strike works. Anything that you need to do the amount of DPS needed to clear in the least possible phases will be okay. As always, a divinity is kind of necessary to have that big crit spot at the end. Make sure that everybody has the role clear, who is teaming up with who to pick up the ball, and you should be good. And that's it. This has been my guide to Flawless. If you have any questions or any suggestions, make sure that you type them in the comments below. I'll be doing more guides in the future, especially about the challenges that this raid has in store for us, since we don't know them as of yet. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all the support as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.